everybody, welcome back to my channel. We have a new addition to our family. This is baby Jett Wyatt, and he is a week and 2 days old. So I just want to catch everybody up on how our birth went and how our first week at home has been. Monday morning when we woke up, we went to the hospital, we checked in, they did all the normal stuff, checked, put my IV in, got me in my hospital gown. I wasn't too nervous. They came in, they drew some blood. My C-section went completely smoothly, much smoother than my first C-section with Jace. Was a little rough on me. This C-section was completely smooth. Baby Jett was born at 8:08 in the morning on August 7th, and he was 9 pounds and 3 ounces and 20 inches long. He was born with some hair. It's like a golden brown. His eyes. I love you, Mom. I love you too. Get on it. Go make baby. In a minute. Go get him. Okay, give him a kiss and go get your iPad. Give him a kiss. Aww. Give him a kiss, hurry. Okay. Our birth and Jett's birthday went perfectly smoothly. Going in for a repeat C-section, even though I was really nervous just about the whole thing, I wasn't exhausted afterwards. So when I went to the recovery room the day, even throughout the day, that first night, I wasn't exhausted. So I felt like I was aware, alert, and able to take care of my baby especially that first 24 hours. I knew what was going on. That when I had Jace, I was so exhausted. I felt like I couldn't even hold my arms up to hold him. With Jett, completely different experience. It wasn't ideal. I would have. Let's go ahead and get this baby on the boobie. But I'm so happy and lucky that my boys are perfectly healthy, and we're all safe. So that's the plus, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on. Jace's birth was a lot more harder for me to deal with that C-section. Sorry, I'm swaying. I got a nursing baby. It was a lot more harder for me emotionally to deal with, especially kind of going through that like failed vaginal delivery. With Jett, I knew what was gonna happen, so if I sit and think about it, I'm like, yeah, I wish I would have been able to try for a VBAC, but it didn't work out. It wasn't in our cards, and I'm perfectly healthy. Everything went smoothly. Jett's perfectly healthy. Everything is smooth for him. So our first few days we stayed in the hospital, and breastfeeding took off wonderfully. My milk didn't come in until maybe I think it was like day 4 postpartum. I did have enough colostrum. I felt like the baby was getting enough, and he was satisfied, and he was sleeping. When my milk did come in, he just is thriving. So Jett was born at 9'3". 9 pounds 3 ounces. At 24 hours, he was down to 8. He was 8'10", and then the day we left the hospital, he was 8'8". So I believe that was what they were telling me. He was at 10% weight loss, which is kind of borderline for hospital standards. I wasn't too concerned about it because one, my milk wasn't in yet, and we did have a C-section. So usually C-section babies are a little bit higher birth weights. So I wasn't too concerned about his little dip in birth weight. He was happy, he was nursing, he was latching. We weren't having any trouble latching. He pretty much figured it out right away. My left breast is a little bit softer and easier to kind of get in his mouth. My right breast, I feel like I have more tissue. It's a little more dense to kind of squish and get in his mouth far enough, his little mouth. But with practice, we have been doing great. We left the hospital 3 days after delivering, which was a little soon. Everybody kind of was like, are you sure you're ready to go home? But I felt really good. I was really anxious to get home and be in my own bed. The hospital bed's just not that comfortable. So we left. My parents were here staying with Jace, and we were just kind of ready to come home and be in our own house. Our house is really comfy and cozy, and I just wanted to be home. I was sore. I still am a little sore from my C-section, but I feel pretty good. Baby Jett has been doing great. He like I said, he's no trouble nursing, no trouble latching, lots of poops and pees. There's been a couple of kind of times where I'm tired and I'm kind of frustrated and I get lazy with helping him latch, and I instantly think like, okay, we have to pay attention, we have to get this right so that we both can have a good nursing session. My nipples, I kind of feel like they're still kind of in breastfeeding mode because, you okay? Because it wasn't really that long ago that I weaned Jace. The first like 2 or 3 days my nipples were a little sore, a little bit, kind of, they had like a little bit of like scab crack on them. But since I've been home, I have a couple favorite things that I can't be without, but I can't be without my nursing pillow. And that has made a huge difference with helping Jett get in the right position and helping me just kind of have extra place to put everything and get his latch right. I'm holding him, but he's kind of laying on this nursing pillow. So let me show you my nursing pillow. This is called my Breast Friend, and I got it with Jace probably about a month and a half in when he was born. So I used it and I loved it, and I knew that I needed it with Jett. So it goes, don't mind my beautiful postpartum body, but it goes around your back and it's all padded. There's nothing hard. There's a clip on the side here, and it's a flat foam pillow. There's 2 little kind of bumps right here, kind of where their heads go to kind of prop their head up a little bit. But it just goes around and it gives you so much support, whether you're sitting down, sitting in bed, sitting on the couch, or even standing up. Sometimes I wear him and nurse like this if I'm making breakfast. Or kind of getting Jace situated, I will hold him like this. He's very secure. I do not take my hands off of him. I always keep one hand on him at least. He's very secure, and it's super soft. It has a little pocket here that you can put like your phone or extra breast pads or your nursing, your lanolin or your nipple gel or whatever you need in there. But I love this. This is by far one of my favorite picks, my favorite things, especially at this newborn phase. Another thing that I've been loving is our rock and play. I did not have a rock and play with Jace, and I'm sure it was because, I didn't have one with Jace, and I probably wouldn't even have used it because with Jace, I was obviously a first-time mom and I pretty much never put him down. With Jett, I have to put him down. I have to put him down. I have to help take care of Jace. Even though my husband is home, I still have things I need to do. I have to, you know, get myself dressed. So Jett is getting put down, and he's going in his rock and play, and he loves it. He is a great baby. And I don't know if he's just, we're just lucky so far, if it's gonna change, but he rarely cries unless he's super hungry, which I try to nurse him every 2 to 3 hours. I try to either wake him up and nurse him, or he's kind of starts stirring, but he rarely cries. He doesn't like his diaper change, so he definitely cries when we change his diaper. He doesn't like that, so hopefully he'll kind of get used to that, because it upsets me when he gets upset and cries. He sleeps really well. We are swaddling him at nighttime, and sometimes during the day when I need to get a couple things done, like get Jace down for a nap. If he's sleeping, I will get him to make sure he's swaddled, and then I'll go get Jace down for his naps, and then he'll sleep pretty well swaddled. He really likes being swaddled. If he's crying like during a diaper change, we'll get him swaddled, and instantly, once his arm, even just one arm goes in, he's done. He stops crying and he just kind of looks around. He's a really good baby, sleeps very well. He sleeps probably about during the night, he sleeps for about 3 hours, and then I usually wake him up. Last night was a little bit different. He kind of was making a little bit more noise at the 3-hour mark. So I kind of just waited for him, and he slept for about 20 more minutes, and then he was kind of just fussing just a tiny bit. I mean, I'm so lucky so far. So just a tiny bit fussing, and I sat right up and I got him and I nursed him, and I nursed him actually on both sides at nighttime, just to kind of make sure he's nice and full. And he usually only does a short time on the second side, but I just feel like maybe it'll help him sleep a little bit better if he's super full. And he's actually asleep already after that nursing. So my 3 must-haves for newborns, actually we'll add 4. My 4 must-haves for my newborn. Then this is what works for us. I know it may not work for everybody, but this is what works for us really well. My 4 must-haves are this pillow, my breast friend pillow, the white noise machine. We have that Dom one that I showed in a previous video, and then we also have the Dom travel one, and I will link that or get a picture. It's the travel one, and we clip it on his car seat for like when we're out or in the car, and he's just a little fussy. We don't have it on all the time, but when he does get a little fussier, like right when we put him in the car seat, he doesn't really care for it too much. He'll move around, kind of cry. We'll turn that on and he usually goes right back to sleep. The rock and play, I talked about that already. And the swaddles. The swaddles that we're using are the Swaddle Me's. In the middle of the night with the fabric and just like the sheet to swaddle, I don't have time for that. So the one I've been using is the Swaddle Me swaddle with the Velcro that goes across his chest. So about mommy, postpartum mommy. So after delivery, because I had that spinal block during the C-section, I was pretty numb. So once that wore off, I was in some pain. I was getting pain medications around the clock to kind of help with that, and it did help. Getting up out of bed wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad the first couple times, but once my pain medication, the anesthesia wore off completely, it definitely, I definitely felt a difference from like one day to the next when the anesthesia was completely out of my system. So I was pretty sore. I did get a belly band. I had a lot of trouble passing gas. I was within, you know, like 4 to 5 hours, I just felt my stomach get completely distended. It was so full. My husband noticed. The nurse was like, you need to get up and walk. You need to pass gas. So I did. I tried to walk. It wasn't really working. Even at one point one evening, my husband had gone home to put Jace to sleep, and my mom was with me at the hospital, and I rolled over and I was kind of complaining throughout the day that I had like a pinched muscle. I was like, I probably just slept wrong. Well, my mom was there one night and I rolled over and this muscle through here just spasmed, and it spasmed so hard it took me to tears, and I kind of calmed down. I breathed through it and it relaxed just a tiny bit, and I went to move to sit up a little bit further and it spasmed again, and I was in tears. It hurt so bad. The nurse came in and she gave me some pain medication, and she said, it's gas. You have to pass gas, which I had no idea could happen. She said it like compartmentalizes just like the pressure, and you can get spasms and pains and sharp shooting pains in your chest, your arms. That's exactly what I had. I'd never heard of that before, but it hurt. And so I kind of just moved around, tried to walk as much as I could, sat up in bed a little bit further, and I was able to pass gas, which made a huge difference. It was very difficult. Some things people don't ever talk about when you're pregnant or about postpartum, but passing gas or having bowel movements after birth is very hard, very hard. My C-section scar is glued shut, so there's like a glue film that kind of goes over the scar. He went through the scar that he said, my OB said there wasn't much scar tissue to kind of worry about, so he went right through that. My weight has been dropping just normally. I'm not doing anything special. I haven't started exercising or really walking much yet. I will go out kind of just in in our driveway and walk around a little bit, but I haven't started exercising or doing anything. I'm trying to rest, trying to adapt to having 2 babies that need me. Jace is doing really well. He needs me a lot still. You know, we try to talk about it as much as possible about what babies need. Mommies need to hold babies. Babies sleep a lot. Babies need to drink milky a lot. And he knows that. He can say it. He'll tell me, Mama, is baby sleeping again? But he still doesn't understand all the time that I can't, you know, hold him and I'm busy. That's kind of what he doesn't understand, is I'm busy, or at nighttime that I can't snuggle with him for a long time. I need to make sure the baby's okay, and I'm trying to juggle that. It's going to be adjustment for all of us. But we're all doing pretty well. Before I had Jett, I was in contact and working with a doula, not for my birth, but this doula also does placenta encapsulation. And so I was working with her and in talks with her just kind of about how my first postpartum was and when Jett was due. What happens is you have to talk to your hospital. If they release placentas, you have to sign a waiver. We got our waiver signed. At our particular hospital, they hold the placenta for 24 hours. After 24 hours, they brought it up to our room. My husband put it in an ice chest on ice, and the person that I hired to encapsulate my placenta came and picked it up, and she said it'd be done in about 24 hours. So she took it home. What happens is they dehydrate it, they grind it up, and they put it in pills. And so she actually brought it to my house on my 3rd day postpartum. But this was something that I wanted to do with Jace that I didn't. And so with Jett, I really wanted to do this. One more thing that I'm really loving is I bought the sea panty from Upspring. So I've really been loving that sea panty. It's been helping a lot, making me kind of just feel a little bit more secure, holding me in a little bit tighter. Well, time is just about up for us. Let's see. So that's our short birth story and our first week of life for baby Jett and for our family with baby Jett. And we are so lucky and so blessed to have him. And I will try to do weekly updates on how everything's going. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much. If you like this video, hit that like button, and we will see you in our next video.